Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video, we'll take a look at the Warhammer Quest Cursed City preview and see everything that's going to come in the box. Today is a good day for Warhammer Quest fans, and the Cursed City box has been revealed, and now on the online preview today, they showed everything you're going to get in the box, and they've gone through all the villains and all the heroes. So in this video, I'll go through and take a look at every villain, every hero, and then we'll have a good look at what we're going to get in the box. And I can't wait to share this with you. It's really cool. So here we go. Here was the preview online. And if you saw it, you got to see all the amazing miniatures that they brought out for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Underworlds, and Warhammer Quest. But we'll flick quickly through the Age of Sigmar, and I've done a separate video for the Underworlds release, and it's the full release for the warband for the Savage Oryx, which is really cool. But in this video, we'll focus on Warhammer Quest and all the good stuff that they've shown us for the game. So scrolling down, it was a really great preview today, but we got loads of models for the Lumineth Realm Lords, and this will be good. I'll probably do a video in the future for this to see how we can use these miniatures in Warcry and see if the fighter cards are included in the supplement books. But really good stuff, and you can see all this on their website. They also released some heroes. We've got one for the Nighthaunt. We've got a Stormcast Eternal. Good pose there, that looks great. And a White King as well. So this one's awesome. Looking brilliant. And then scrolling down, Warhammer Underworlds. A great day for Underworlds. We got to see the Mob of Mork and the full warband. And there's a Prophet. So if you want to see the Prophet, check out the video I did on that, going through all in detail what you're going to get, and also a new two-player kind of mini version of the game. But this is what we're here for, the Cursed City, and today was incredible. They've literally released everything, all the villains, all the heroes, and everything you get in the box. So before we get started on looking at the miniatures, I'll play the preview. Here we go. So the first preview video they did was great, and this one's looking just as good. I love the artwork, and this kind of this black and white and red is really good. Really kind of traditional RPG style almost. So I really like that. And so now we're getting to finally see all these miniatures, and they're looking amazing. We'll go through all these in detail later on, but look at these. What a brilliant release. This game is just packed with such awesome sculpts. So good. And now we're going to see some of the villains. And this is the main guy. Got a glimpse of him there with a wolf. And this is an ogre. Skeleton, zombies, vampires. Here he is, that big pelt. Amazing. It just looks so good, and he's going to be so fun to paint. Brilliant. So that's the video. There we go. So what a great introduction to the game, and we see the box as well now, and it tells us here that Warhammer Quest is a cooperative game that sees you and your friends take to the streets of the Cursed City to fight the hordes of the undead. If you've played Warhammer Quest game before, you'll recognise the rules, but the mechanics have been updated to be even more immersive and even more deadly. And I've never played Warhammer Quest, and I can't wait for this game. I'm really excited. But how fun is this? Getting to see this awesome game, and I can't wait. I can't wait to get it. But here we go. So here's everything we're going to get in the box, and you can see it now all laid out, and there's just a lot going on here. But we'll go through all the different fighters and all the heroes and villains. We'll have a closer look as we go. But it says here you can choose from 8 heroes to defeat the undead curse, including a disgraced vampire hunter, a vengeful elf, and a corpse-eating ogre. How cool does that sound? And here we are. So we're going to get to see the fighters now. And these are the heroes. And it says they'll need all their skills and cunning if they are to save Ulfenkarn, for the city is at the mercy of unspeakable horrors, from bat swarms and corpse rats to the dead walker zombies, Ulfenwatch and Korsagi Night Guard. So here we are, we're getting some of the hero characters now, and these look great. We'll go onto the website for Cursed City, and then we can go through their names and a bit more detail. But I'll just flick through quickly here, and we've seen this one, Jelson Daruk. This is the new one we haven't seen yet, so we knew we were getting a dwarf from those silhouettes. And Clathis we've seen. Here's a new one, the guy with a pistol and a sword. He looks great. And this one, at first I thought this was a villain, but this is a hero. So this is an interesting take on it. And then we've got this one, which is like the healing kind of figure. So really cool. And then this is the ogre, and this is the ogre that likes to eat the corpses. So that's mad. And back to this one. And if we scroll down, we're going to get to see all the villains now. And it says, worse than all of the masters of the cursed city, Radukar, the wolf, and those closest to him. It's not going to be easy to save Ulfenkarn from vampire lords, crazed scientists, and dark, twisted gravekeepers. And here we are, so we're getting some bat swarms. These are brilliant. These are going to be so good. If we can bring these miniatures into Warcry and create some vampire war bands around this is going to be so good. And we've got some rat swarms, and these are brilliant. The detail on these is fantastic. You can see the skulls coming through, the bodies. They look amazing. And so here's a new villain. So this is like a zombie ogre, which I've never seen before. That's so good. And these are going to be quite big, I imagine. These will be the two big ones, like the guards. And then we got the Ulfen Watch. So we saw these released not that long ago, but we're getting to see many more of them now. So we'll see all the miniatures here in this video. And so we're going to get 10 skeleton warriors all together. Then we got these zombies, and these have been like, you can see they've got spikes going through them. So when they've died, the people have put spikes through them into the ground, and then as they've been resurrected, they've come up still attached to the gravestone and those spikes, which is nuts, but brilliant. And there we go. And they're all different, so you get 10 different poses, which is really great. So these aren't going to repeat. So that's those, and then we scroll down, and now we get to see the big guy. And so this is the main man, and we'll find out a bit more about him at the website. But let's go through. We've seen this one just this week, and we've seen this one, the captain. But look at this beast. That's such a good model. And we've seen the gravekeeper, and we're getting some vampires as well now. So I'm thinking that these 3 vampires, because 3 different ones, I'm thinking they're all going to kind of work together as like almost like one boss, maybe. We'll wait and see on that. And then back to the big guy. And those wolves he's wearing, the pelts. Brilliant. So good. And now we get to see what's in the box. So we get 8 heroes, the rule book and quest book. We get 42 hostiles, so that's going to include the main villains and then all those kind of smaller like vermin and like chaff fighters and things like that, the zombies and skeletons. Then we get 10 objective markers, and I want to see more of these. These look really good, and these could be fun. Again, bring them straight into Warcry, and I'm going to build some soon, but you won't have to if you can get these. That'd be awesome. And then you can also use the miniatures from this in Age of Sigmar, and it's got all the war scrolls included. But this is going to be really fun, going through these miniatures now and seeing which fighter cards from Warcry we can use for them, and then putting together some different warbands based on what we've seen. So I'll be doing that very soon. I can't wait to do that. It's going to be really fun. And then we get counters and tokens, 28 dice, board tiles, gateways and lich gates, a secret envelope, that sounds good, plus all the cards you're going to need to play. And also, that's not enough. We get, alongside the box set, comes the Cursed City novel by C.L. Werner, and you'll find the inspiration to take on the murderous undead that plague the streets of Ulfenkarn, as well as a unique hero card to help you in your quest. So here's the book, and they said in the preview that unique hero card is for a miniature from Age of Sigmar, so that's going to allow you to bring in a 9th hero if you want to play a 9th hero. But I think you could probably come up with your own hero and just use some of the stats from the card, maybe change some of their abilities, and it wouldn't be that difficult to kind of homebrew some of your own heroes and bring in your favourite miniatures. But there we are, and then we got a little preview here as well, right at the end there of the Dark Prince, I think that was. So I don't know anything about that, but we'll find out more when that comes out. But let's go and take a look at the website now, and we'll take a closer look at these fighters. So here we are at the Cursed City website, and this is a website dedicated to the Warhammer Quest game, and I definitely recommend checking it out. And now they've updated this top section, so we've got the first video they brought out, and now the most recent one. And then you can subscribe to keep up to date, and then it gives you a little introduction. Welcome to Ulfenkarn. So that's really good. And now this is a new bit, what's in the box. So this gives us all the images up close of everything. And there we are. and we've kind of seen all this, but this is packed with miniatures, so many, and this is going to be brilliant to do painting videos. We can do like game or battle reports with all this. Really fun, and I can't wait for it to come out. Got no date yet, so I'm not sure when that's going to be, but if you've got an idea, let me know in the comments below. But I think looking at previous previews that I've seen the last few months, it's usually a month or two after they've shown it here until it comes out, so we might not have to wait that long. I know we were like saying in the comments that because they were releasing one hero and one villain alternating each week, we were thinking, oh no, we're going to have to wait like 12 weeks for this. But I'm really glad they've done it all today, and so we get to see everything in detail. So now we're on to the characters of the Cursed City. So let's take a look at the Agents of Defiance. And this is a brilliant section of the website just to give you a little introduction to each of the heroes. And we've seen Jelson Darroch already. And we've also seen Quilathis. I don't know if I'm saying that right now after hearing them say it on the preview. But we haven't seen this one, Imelda Braskov. And it says here, after her army was destroyed by Radukar the Wolf, Imelda turned her grief and shock into a cold inner steel. She was vowed to slay the vampire at the heart of her beloved city or die in the attempt. And a real good looking miniature. This is really kind of classic for a game like this, I guess. Looks awesome. Reminds me of that lady from Game of Thrones, the big knight. I can't remember her name, but with the blonde hair and the big heavy armour. So that's really great. And then we've got Dagnai Holdenstock. He's the trade commodore, known as a veteran entrepreneur with a knack for creative interpretation of the Caradron Code. And seeing Ulfenkarn as a potential treasure trove, he searches the streets for the riches he so desperately desires. So there we go, we get a Caradron overlord. And then this guy looks great. I have no idea how to say this. Glaurio Ven Outen III. A brash young duelist. He doesn't look that young. Maybe he's had a tough time of it. Brash young duelist in the last surviving member of the once proud Ven Outen dynasty. He now seeks to avenge his family's lost honour, starting with slaying his 3 cousins, who each willingly received the blood kiss. Oh, that's cool. So they must be the 3 vampires that we've seen. So that's nice. Nice narrative there. Now we're on to Cleona Zeitengale, a missionary of the Cult of the Comet. Cleona tried to warn the city of the cataclysm to come, but her warnings fell on deaf ears. Now, as the last of her order to survive, she summons the power of Sigmar to clear the streets of the vampiric scions of Nagash. And so it said in the previous, she's like a healer character for this set of fighters. And then the 7th one, this is Octron Glimscry. Octron has spent many years in the realm of death, experimenting with the mortality manipulating realmstone, known as Gravesand. He once worked alongside Torgilius the Chamberlain, and we saw him earlier last week, but he now seeks to end his former colleagues' experiments and free the city from his curse. But he looks like a real mean character himself. So that's cool. And then this is the final one, the 8th hero, and he's Brutog the Corpse Eater. This ogre mercenary has acquired a taste for long dead flesh and will happily eat skeletons, rotting zombies, and even mummified cadavers. So he's going to have a great time in the Cursed City. There's lots to eat there. And he comes to Ulfenkarn not just to get his fill of these delicacies, but also to prove he is the strongest ogre in all of Shyish. So this is going to be awesome. We've got this Corpse Eater ogre who sounds crazy, and he's going to be going up against these bigger characters, the ogre zombies that we saw earlier. But brilliant. So that's now, we've got all the Agents of Defiance, all the heroes revealed. Let's have a look at the overlords now and the villains. So Gorslav the Gravekeeper, this was the first one to be revealed. Brilliant miniature. And then we've also seen Captain Halgrim, he came out too, and now we get to see all the other skeleton soldiers that come with him. And we recently saw Torgilius the Chamberlain, which I really like this miniature with the rat and the bats and the crow and everything, and that wolf, really cool. But now we're on to Vyakos Bloodborne. When Radukar embarked upon his great purge, few members of the noble houses were spared. In return for an oath of loyalty, some were offered the blood kiss and became part of his thirsting court. So it looks like there's going to be 3 like this, or maybe 1 and 2 others, but this must be the main villain. So now we're on to Radukar the Wolf, and this is the main man, the main kind of bad guy in all this. And Radukar is the tyrannical master of Ulfenkarn, a vampire, of ancient power and cunning, whose ambition is matched only by his savage cruelty. The blood kiss gave him terrifying strength and eternal life, but also inflicted upon him an animalistic and almost uncontrollable blood rage. And so I think they said in the premiere this is an ogre. So he's an ogre vampire, which is a brilliant combo. And so there's our 5 overlords. And so we know we're going to get 2 other vampires, so I guess they're going to accompany this main villain. And there was also that big beast as well, and those ogre zombies. So there was lots going on. They're obviously not overlords, but they're going to be some main kind of characters to fight. And I don't know how the game works. They were saying like at the end of each level you fight a boss or one of the big characters, so I guess that's where they're going to fit in. But having just 5 overlords is really opening up for the possible expansions that was kind of suggested by Justin. And here we go. If we look at Explore the Cursed City, now all the shields are revealed. So these 2 at the top, let's go to the top right. This one wasn't on there before, and it says the wolf's blood-born silings make their lair between the towers here. And this one, this mighty fortress is the seat of the Wolf King's power in Ulfenkarn. So that's all been revealed now, and we can see the whole map with all the shields and heraldry there. And so I wonder if this is going to kind of allude to some of the expansions or not, but I can't wait to find out. But for now, I'm happy with everything they've released. Tons of information, lots to work through, and really exciting. So that's awesome. That's everything now for the Cursed City. And what do you think about this full reveal? What a brilliant set. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. What are your favourite heroes from this? What are your favourite villains? What are you most excited about the game and what it's going to bring? And also, what are you going to use some of these miniatures for Warcry or Underworlds or Age of Sigmar? Be awesome to hear your thoughts. So join in the comments section below. I'm really looking forward to this, and I think the potential here for these miniatures is incredible. We can use them in so many different games, and content-wise, this is going to be a great addition to the channel, and I can't wait to do all the painting, battle reports, the rule sets, how to play it, and things like that. So that's all going to be coming as soon as the game's released. I'll be pre-ordering it, picking it up, and then adding it to the channel. I've put the other video up for the Underworld's full release as well, today for the Savage Aurochs. And so if you want to check that out, that video's available too. But thanks so much for watching. Please like if you like it, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games.